What's going on, everyone? I'm Ted, this is Nerd Immersion, and welcome to another episode of It Builds Character. It Builds Character is a show I run here on Twitch where I interact heavily with you guys, the fans and the viewers of the channel, to design characters that you have suggested to me via some form of social media, or just here in the chat as we speak, what character I should make. And then we do our best to try to replicate whatever pop culture character you've decided to do in some form of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. So, just to get the things out of the way up front, I build all characters at level 12. I build all characters with the standard array stats. And I try to build all the characters with the complete minimum amount of homebrew that is possible, because the more homebrew you get, the more crazy it is, and I try to make it so that you could attempt to replicate these characters in your own campaign, assuming you're like, hey, I really would love to play, I don't know, Link from Legend of Zelda. You could look at my thing, with the exception of a couple of crafted magic items, you could make Link as a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons character. So that's the goal. Some of those things are a little wonky, as we'll see here. So tonight, the suggestion was, and it wasn't specific, it was, let me just update our Twitch here. Building a Pokemon trainer, that's what I'm going to say. The suggestion was either Red, the titular hero, kind of a Pokemon Red, and considered, at least in my knowledge, if not everyone's knowledge, to be one of, if not, I don't know, Hypertroller, what did you see? I did see the gloves that are mimics. I did see that, actually, myself. Red is probably one of the best Pokemon trainers. I think that's kind of a general rule that's regarded, at least in my opinion, and from what I've read, Red is one of, if not the best Pokemon trainers out there. He is a champion. He's basically your character from Pokemon Red, right? You go through, or Blue, right? You go through, you beat it, and then you become the champion, and that whole thing, that is your character. So, someone said either Red or Ash. So that's Red. And Ash is Ash Ketchum from the Pokemon TV series, who we know is a complete moron, does not know anything about Pokemon training, gives away all of his best Pokemon. And these are what we have to do. So I'm going to, one, leave it up to you guys in the chat. Tell me, who do you think would be more fun or you'd rather see build, and we'll make that call. Do we build Ash Ketchum, or do we build Red? The mimics, the glove mimics, I thought those are pretty cool. I like the idea of I've always liked mimics that aren't just chests. I like mimic doors are a pretty good one. But probably one of my favorites is mimic beds. So you go to get into the bed to go to sleep, and that is the mimic, and then it eats you. Okay, so looks like we're gonna go with Red, because Zelda Master in the chat. Also, welcome back. Been a while. We started bringing the show back. No, I mean, in the Pokemon universe, all of their Pokemon have more than 4 moves. Pikachu learns, I don't know how many different moves. Thunderbolt, Thunder Shock, Thunder, Iron Tail, Quick Attack, Agility, just to name a few. Learns a kind of Mega Punch when he teaches it the Ash Ketchum's family Rocket Punch. Pokemon, the universe that the anime takes place in, is not beholden to Pokemon law. All of his starter Pokemon, all of his Pokemon, they just know whatever he teaches them. But regardless. No, I don't even think that that's true. Because he always has Thunder, Thunderbolt, Thunder Shock. Venusaur, or his Bulbasaur, has used Leech Seed, all the different powder moves, Vine Whip, Solar Beam, It's just not beholden to the hell. Caterpie had moves that Caterpie had headbutt. Caterpie doesn't learn headbutt. This isn't a Pokemon anime debate stream though, so I'm gonna stop going down that track. So we're gonna build Red. So that's fine. The question is, how do you build a Pokemon trainer in 5th edition? If you build this character like we build literally everybody else on this channel, Red and Ash are just human people. They don't have any kind of magic. They're not exceptional fighters. They're not great storytellers. They're not highly religious or beholden to a patron. None of those things. So they don't actually fit, in my opinion, into a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons class. They're really just a commoner with some cool allies, which is fine. And the nature of Pokemon training and the Pokemon world is that anybody can do it. Now, some people are going to be better and they may use their Pokemon for different things, but anybody seems to be able to pick up a Pokeball and throw it and catch a Pokemon, and now you have one. So that's cool. But that means that there's really no reason to build your character, because you're just every person in a world with a magical capture device. So let's see. To your point, Zelda Master, yeah, I think what the person is trying to say is, when they suggested it, was a summoner. That is my assumption when I was suggested to build Red or Ash from Pokemon, was they wanted me to build a summoner, basically. Someone who summons creatures, summons Pokemon, not just a person who catches Pokemon. So yeah, I guess it's gotta be a druid, right? I mean, that's the only option I can think of, because what else are you gonna do? They're the best at summoning creatures, and that means a shepherd druid. You could go illusionist wizard, but your illusions aren't real at level 12. They're just illusions. So, I mean, a wizard can summon some things as well. But I think you gotta go shepherd druid. Someone designed for capturing, or designed for summoning and beefing up the summoned creatures. Again, ranger with the ability to have more than one pet is a flat-out homebrew. And that would be a ranger with one pet, which one could argue would be closer to Ash, because he really has Pikachu and everybody else is just fuck all. He does whatever he wants. Sends him away, leaves him to train. Sometimes they come back if they're plot effective, like, say, Charizard, for example. I have to correct people on YouTube. Alright, so I think we're going to go with a Shepherd Druid to replicate the Summoner class, as the best I can think of. So let's go over to D&D Beyond. And here we go. So we got a variant human here. So this is Red, remember, not Ash. So here we go. Let's see. We'll go with Perception, because Perception is the best skill in the game. And a variant human gets a feat. What's a good feat? I wish there was... This is why I wish there was more feats and things in the game, so you could do stuff. Oh, you know what? Prodigy. Because Red was a prodigy. So I'm going to go that route. It's a cop-out, I know it, but I'm doing it anyway. Animal handling, duh. Choose a skill. I'm going to go with Herbalism Kit. Languages, whatever. Loxodon, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're going to get into other things, but I'm just going to start there. Ability scores, obviously, we're going to put one in Wisdom. And we'll put one in dexterity for throwing Pokeballs. Language, whatever the language is again, are unimportant. We're not even at the class yet, guys. We'll get there. Hang on. So we're gonna have nature. We're gonna have survival. We're gonna build this character at level 12. It's gonna give us some options. Our druid circle we already decided. It's gonna be Circle of the Shepherd. Alright, we'll come back to that. Now let's go up to his background. So we have a list of backgrounds, but we may just make a custom background. Let's do that. We're gonna configure it. We're gonna call it Pokemon Trainer. And we're gonna go with 2 skills and 2 tools. We're gonna make it similar to a, I guess probably an Outlander. And we'll make it an Acolyte. Alright, then our skills, we're gonna choose Stealth. We get 2 skills of our choice, and this is our list of skills we don't have. I'm leaning towards like Insight, possibly, or Investigation. But Arcana, one could argue, could also be used for Pokemon, but we're gonna use that's Nature and Animal Handling. So Stealth, possibly, for sneaking up on Pokemon. Not a bad idea. What do you guys think? 2 skills. In the meantime, let's go down to Tools. And we'll say, Navigator's Tools. Stealth and Performance. Okay, I can get behind that. Everybody says Performance. I think I'm gonna go with Stealth, because he's pretty good at catching Pokemon. So we get one other thing. We go with Cartographer's Tools. Now let's jump back to our class. Or, let's start with ability scores. So we're doing Standard Array. We obviously know Wisdom is gonna be high. And we said Dexterity also gonna be high. Give him a 14 Con. He's pretty charismatic. Say he's intelligent. And he's not the strongest, but that's okay. Strength in the Pokemon world is not defined necessarily by your physical characteristics, but in your ability to train and enhance your Pokemon. So that's where that comes in. Okay. So, Animal Handling. Animal Handling. Ability score improvement is what I meant to say. I'm gonna bump that Wisdom to 18. We're gonna bump that Wisdom up to 20. And I think I'm going to go with Agreement and give him Alert as a feat. You can't say Pokemon trainers are strong when... yeah, but you also have 6-year-old children that are Pokemon trainers that have, like, a Pichu. They're not all strong. Okay. So we got our ability scores now. 14, 8, 14, 14, 10, 20, 12. It is what it is. We'll give him starting equipment. I don't know, a simple weapon. He can have a walking stick. And then he can have a... I don't know. Club. We'll give him a Druidic Focus. So here's what Ashy Boy's looking like. Or sorry, I keep saying Ash, but here's what Red's looking like currently. Not bad, by any means. So we can go ahead, equip this quarterstaff. Got a rope, all these things. So let's look at his features and traits currently. So he knows Druidic. That's a random language for druids. He has Wild Shape. We're kind of going to ignore Wild Shape because he doesn't really... Red doesn't turn into Pokemon. But he learned to read, write, and speak Sylvan, and beasts can understand his speech, and he gains the ability to decipher their noises and motions. Fitting for a Pokemon trainer. Spirit Totem is a little bit of a stretch for a Pokemon trainer, but let's look. Right, so you can summon as a bonus action this spirit that sort of protects you, and you could argue with some of the legendary nonsense that some of these creature characters get up with. This could be a thing, but I think this is, again, going to kind of be a fluff piece that we can ignore. But the Bear Spirit gives temporary hit points, advantage on strength. The Hawk Spirit gives damage to range attacks, and the Unicorn Spirit gives advantage on ability checks made to detect creatures in the Spirit Aura. And you can cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points. It gets additional hit points equal to your Druid level. Upgraded Wild Shape. Here we go. Mighty Summoner. Any beast or fey you conjure with HP appears with HP more than normal, 2 per hit die, and the damage from its natural weapons are considered magic for overcoming immunity and magical and resistance. And then we get Guardian Spirit. When a beast or fey that you summon or create with this spell ends its turn within your Spirit Totem aura, it regains 6 hit points. Was there anything else with the Mighty Summoner? Yeah, okay. So that's a pretty basic Pokemon trainer there. I think we can agree with that. So let's go and look at spells. So again, we know a couple that we're going to have to take. So, I guess we'll get our cantrips out of the way, right? Get that done. So, we're going to say, well, you're a Pokemon trainer. Create Bonfire. Druidcraft. Guidance. Mending. Good Pokemon trainer spells. Gotta take Beast Bond, right? Seems important. Let's see. Speak with animals, also important. Animal Messenger, Beast Sense. Locate animals and plants. Locate object could be your item finder. Conjure animals. Definitely needed that one, obviously. Conjure minor elementals. Conjure woodland beings. Charm monster. Conjure elemental. Being with nature is more religion. We're gonna ignore that one. Conjure Fey. I was gonna say Dominate Beast, we might look into Dominate Beast. I'm not sure where I land on the Dominate spell. But I guess you could, right? So, a Giant Insect, I think, lets you create a bunch of creatures, right? Giant Insect. Transform creatures into giant versions of themselves. I feel like that one kind of fits. I'll throw a Dominate Beast in there. Alright, what else we got? Speak with plants, because some Pokemons are plant types. I saw Insect Plague. Let's go with that. Insect Plague. Oh, Planar Binding. Right, doesn't that let you bind a creature to your will from another plane? Tip to bind... Oh, perfect. You tip to bind a celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend to your service. Done. That's all our spells. That's every prepared spell for us right there. Let's go through that again. Oh, here, we'll go through it this way. Cantrips. Great Bonfire, Druidcraft, Guidance, Mending. Beast Bond, Speak with Animals. Animal Messenger, Beast Sense, Locate Animals or plants. Locate objects. Animal Messenger, Conjure Animals. Oh, sorry. Conjure Animals, Speak with Plants. Charm monster, conjure minor elementals, conjure woodland beings, dominate beast, giant insect, conjure elemental, insect plague, planar binding, and then conjure fey. I think that's pretty good. Like, we managed to get... And what's crazy is just doing it that way without even looking at the levels of spells. We managed to get a decent spread of spells from 1st to 6th level with at least one new spell per level. Several that upscale. And as a reminder, all of the creatures that you're summoning get extra hit points per their hit die. They also heal if they end in your little spirit totem aura. And their attacks are considered to be magical. And remember, when you get to a higher level in this class, I think it's 14, if you ever go unconscious, you summon 4 creatures in front of you as well. So there's more summoning there. So, now what? Magic items. I agree. Let's add some magic items to our Pokemon trainer. Bag of Tricks. Clearly, we need to add the Bag of Tricks. Because Bag of Tricks let you reach into a bag and pull out a ball, and when you throw that ball, it turns into a creature. I mean, come on. That's a Pokemon. Honestly, if we were going back to our original point and not making a summoner class type, your best bet would be to just make a standard human NPC character and give him a Bag of Tricks. That is the closest thing. Alright, so what other magic items can we add to old Red here? Equip his Bag of Tricks. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do Figurine of Wondrous Power. We can add... where is it? Obsidian Steed. Dude can have a badass Rapidash to ride around on. You know, there's not a lot of, like, summoning or, like, things that help you with animals. We can add Qual's Feather Token. I think is it Qual? Oh, it's 2 A's. Qual's Feather Token Bird. That also lets you throw down and summon a bird. There is Stone of Controlling Elementals. Out of the Abyss item, I can't remember. Yep, I'll add that one in. I guess there's that one, so that gives you some more summoning capability. Does the Staff of the Woodlands let you summon things? There's the Staff of Swarming Insects. Doesn't let you summon creatures. The Staff of the Woodlands. That's unfortunate. Oh, you know what? Staff of the Python, where it turns into a snake. Staff of the Python. Add that in there. Is that an official one? Let's see. Is it Robe? No. I thought it was official, the Robe of Serpents. Where it lets you you can pull the serpents off the robe, and then they turn into actual snakes. You know what? Heward's Handy Haversack. For all the shit you managed to somehow store in that stupid bag. You have so much stuff in there. What else can we add to our summoner here? I'm just combing my brain for things that let you make other things. I'm pretty sure Robo Serpents is something. The Heward's hireling armor. No, that doesn't do it. Yeah, robe of useful items. You can get a dog, I think. A horse can come from it. And I think a mastiff. That one's pretty good, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, like you're randomly pulling out like a ladder in a rowboat. But it's not a bad. What the hell? Add that. Oh, can druids use necklace of prayer beads? They can. That one's a little bit of a stretch for just for planar ally. Yeah, it sucks that there's no, like... Oh, here we go. Ring of Animal Influence. Speak with animals. Ring of Animal Friendship. Yeah, we already added the Bag of Tricks. We're gonna add the Ring of Animal Influence too. I don't even think that's attunement. We got so much summoning capability right now. You can add one each of all the elemental gems. We could add, we'll give him one legendary. We'll go with the Ring of, it's red, so we'll go with the Ring of Fire Elemental Command. Oh, here we go. We can add the other stones. The Ring of Fire Elemental Command. That gives us a decent amount of... I mean, we are summoning like crazy right now. Between our spells, this thing... I mean, we only have 2 attunement items. Oh, there's I know what you're talking about. We're out of Jinn summoning. Iron. The Iron Flask is, I think, what you're talking about. You can use an action, remove the flask stopper, and release the creature it contains. The creature is friendly to you and your companions for 1 hour. Yeah, so you can trap people. That's good, because you can summon any of these things. So Iron Flask. Boom. Iron Flask isn't attunement. What? How are we still having this much capability without touching attunement slots fully attuned yet? This is insane. Yeah, Iron Flask is pretty busted. You're not wrong there. Call the Ring of Jinn summoning a Jirachi ring. Summons the Wishmaker. I think we're nearing the end, guys. As I say with all of these, I don't want to just sit here and stack out characters with magic items just because I can. I typically don't like to do that, but because we're going for a very specific trying to build a summoner when there is no summoner class, we just decided to load them up with everything that lets you summon as much as you can. I don't think there's any armor or anything that lets you... Oh, they don't let you do that. Or a wand? Yeah, it's nice actually to get some pretty shit. Let's go to the Wand of Binding. Kind of fits, right? The whole capture. Which also is... Oh, that is attunement. Perfect. You know, I don't want to jump to the next one because I have to drive at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning to go to PAX East. So, I would, but I think we're going to kind of bring it to an end. So let's do our walkthrough of what we did. So I guess we can go here and we can change the name to just Red, not /Ash, our competent character here. So Red here, not bad, but pretty mediocre in everything except for his ability to train Pokemon, which he has a 20 Wisdom, which that's how that's shown. We have, I don't even know what that's from. Advantage to assist, avoid being grappled or restrained, but we have proficiency in animal handling and expertise in animal handling. Nature, perception, performance, stealth, and survival. We have cartographers, navigators, and herbalism kit proficiency. We can wild shape, which we're kind of ignoring. But we can speak to beasts and they can understand our speech, and we can decipher what they're saying when they speak, granted by their body movement. We can summon our spirit totem, which can use to basically heal and alter the effects, especially of our creatures. We're going to say that may be representing battle items like X defense, dire hit, and healing, things like that. We have the alert feat, so we're always able to catch those Pokemon when they show up out of nowhere. All of these things that we summon, and it says that you conjure, which is important, because it's not that things that you conjure with a spell. So any of our items that let us conjure things get boosted by this capability. So they get an extra 2 hit points per their own individual hit die. And if they end their turn in a Spirit Totem aura, they regain 6 HP. We took the Prodigy feat at level 1, or as for our variant human feat, to denote that we are indeed a Prodigy. And again, we have Alert. Let's see, did I miss anything on that? Spells. So we have our cantrips: Create, Bonfire, Druidcraft, Guidance, Mending, decent things for someone traveling on the road all the time. Our spells are, you're going to see ones denoted here with the colors underneath are coming from our items, but we'll talk about those. Animal Friendship, Beast Bond, Burning Hands, Speak with Animals, again in 2 sources. Animal Messenger, Beast Sense, Hold Person from the Wand of Binding. Locate animals or plants, locate object, Animal Messenger, Conjure Animals, Fear from the Ring of Animal Influence, Fireball from the Ring of Elemental Command, Speak with Plants, Charm Monster, Conjure Minor Elementals, Conjure Minor Woodland Beings, Dominate Beast, Giant Insect, Wall of Fire comes from Ring of Elemental Command, Conjure Elemental, and then all of the Conjure Elementals from the sensors and braziers and things we have. And all the gems also let us summon them 1 time for free. Hold Monster from the Wand of Binding. Insect Plague, Planar Binding. And then we have Conjure Fey, and then Dominate Monster on Fire Elementals from the Ring of Fire Elemental Command. Here you can see our items. Staff of the Python for summoning a snake, Robovisal items for a couple of things we can get from that. Our one-time use elemental gems, a bag of tricks, which literally lets us reach in, pull out a fuzzy ball, throw it, and it turns into a creature. Wand of Binding for all those capture moments. Staff of controlling earth elementals, Ring of Animal Influence. Quall's Feather Token Bird, which just lets us summon a bird. Hewitt's Handy Haversack to store all this shit. Sensor of controlling all the elemental control things. A figurine of wondrous power, Obsidian Steed, to summon a Rapidash to ride on. Ring of Fire Elemental Control because we're red, and red means fire. And then the Iron Flask to also capture and set free different things. So that, my friends, brings, I think, us to a close for Red, Pokemon Trainer Extraordinaire, on episode 33 of It Builds Character. Now, if you'll indulge me, I'll put a link here in the chat, or we can go and see character sheets, which I think I still have to upload a few from previous weeks, but we can go look at our playlist for what we're going to do going forward. We can't, because the bit.ly list is wrong. This is fine. We'll go here instead. This is what I wanted anyway. So this is Season 1. If you want to click on the first link, IBC Plan, this will take you to Season 1 to show you all of the creatures we built in the past. Everything from Trevor Belmont to Shrek to Tingle to Kim Possible to Doctor Who. Now we're into Season 2. I need to upload the link here, and the Gilgamesh video is complete and on YouTube. I just have to publish it. But so far this year, we built Alucard from the Castlevania Netflix series, Beowulf from the epic poem, and just last week we built Gilgamesh from Fate. I actually totally fucked it up, and it's supposed to be the Bloodstorm Blade. But watch this. Whoops. No one is the wiser. So we just swapped that. Next time, I'm going to build a Bloodstorm Blade for real, though, because I totally fucked up and skipped the order on that. But that's okay. So next week, we'll build Bloodstorm Blade, which is a prestige class from Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, contained within their Tome of Battle manual, which was a book basically designed to fix and update martial characters to allow them to come in and have their own sort of, for lack of a better term, spells, though they weren't, to give them options to keep them on par with the casting classes. And a ton of broken builds come out of that. I mean, Pun, we could build Pun, but there's no... You can't really build Pun in 5e, because you can't become a Blessed of Sect, I think it is, to wish for the Candle of Invocation and all the stuff you need to do. But I like where your enthusiasm is at. Then we have... I just want to point out here that at Gen Con, I'm going to be building on a live stream there, possibly like in a convention hall, if not like squirreled away in a room, but still live streaming. Shadow Moon and Mr. Wednesday from American Gods with Jordan of Forgotten Realms Explained. Yes, guys, Discord link coming inbound right here. Discord link, there you go. The Discord link should be in any YouTube video as well. Maybe I'll put it a little higher up in the YouTube description, just in case it comes up again. But Bino Dutch, there's your link to the Discord. Welcome, friend. Again, if you guys have suggestions, you can see we've already got going into September with what we're building this year. We're building some interesting things. We've got some biblical heroes. We got a Digimon. We've got a character from Bionicle, which will be weird. We've got Bulk and Skull, the sort of numbskull people from Power Rangers. People from Dune now. Percy Jackson. Cloud. Since I built Sephiroth, someone wants to build Cloud. Presumably, once I do that, we could do another showdown like we did for Captain America versus Iron Man. We could do Cloud versus Sephiroth. The Purple Oozling from Treasure Planet. I don't even remember that character, but I will put it down, and then I will come back and then decide whether or not I have to remove it. But yeah, we're already into September of this year with the builds we've got listed. This is obviously not including any time where we have to take a break or something like that. For the most part, a lot of these I'm familiar with, but as sometimes happens, I'm not familiar with characters, and I rely heavily on your guys' input to help me build out those characters. So if you show up and watch these live, you have your best chance of truly impacting the course of creation of character. I think, without further ado, I'm going to bring this episode... Oh, the Captain America Iron Man fight. Let's go to YouTube and we'll get that right now. IBC Civil War. Did that do it? No. I guess that's something else. Let's go, it builds character, Civil War. There it is. So yeah. You can go ahead and watch Sean play Captain America and Jake play Iron Man. Characters that I built here on It Builds Character, and you can see who wins in a fight in our version of Civil War. Things obviously would be very different now that we recently had the new Artificer released, and we built Iron Man as an Artificer with the existing rules back in the day. The new Artificer is significantly stronger and would have been a very different fight. In fact, maybe I'll rebuild Iron Man with the new Artificer rules to see if we can't get him a little stronger, and see if we can't do a comeback to see if, not a comeback, a return to form. We'll call it Civil War Revisited, and it'll be the new improved Artificer Iron Man versus the existing Captain America, and see who wins then. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much. Let's restart the music. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it when you guys come out and watch the show. I think if I still have this set up, if you guys like the music that I'm playing, that's where you can download it if you want to pick it up for yourself. And then you can use it on your own channel, things like that. So anyway, tomorrow morning, I will be driving within 6 hours from now. I will be driving to Boston for PAX East, where I'll be there playing games, doing interviews, hanging out. If you're there, come say hi. I truly appreciate it. This Sunday will be the return of Mistress of Modules. Celeste will be running a brand new module written by Lisa Chen with a new cast of characters. So you have to come check that out. Monday will be Return to Rise of Tiamat, where the party is currently lost in a maze, trying to get into a wizard's tower. Tuesday, we're back on Ever Into Evil game was last night. The party just decided to accept the mantle of Veilguard, offering to become protectors of a local region, and in turn have acquired themselves a keep. In need of serious repairs, but they now have a tower and things and a location, a base. So, there you go. No, we don't have Mythology Loki. We can put Loki on there if you want. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't seen my review and playthrough of the Stranger Things box set for 5th edition, I recommend check it out. There's a lot of heated discussion going on about whether or not it should be available from big box stores before local game stores. I'm not really sure where I land on that, but I'd love to hear your comments if you check out that video. And the playthrough was really fun. We did the whole module in a night, so you should see what you think. And I'll also throw out, we do have 2 sponsors that I keep forgetting to say. So we have Elderwood Academy, who are awesome makers of finely crafted Dungeons and Dragons accessories like scrolls, dice towers, dice trays, dice boxes, hex chests, all of those lovely things. And I'm also sponsored by Initiative Coffee Company. I keep typing in the wrong area. An awesome gaming company who makes some of the best coffee I've ever had in my entire life. And I can get you $2 off if you use my coupon code that's listed there in the chat. And if you buy from Elderwood Academy, from that link I just posted, Nerd Immersion gets a little bit of the kickback from that, and it helps to show that we're worth sponsoring in the future. So thank you guys again so much for watching. If you're not going to be anywhere else, I'll catch you here next week for the Bloodstorm Blade for real this time. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Night, everyone.